Welcome to another episode of Career Mode with me, Ida, on FIFA 17. And we are currently on December the 23rd, and we are going to play Arsenal as our first game, and then we will play Manchester City as our second game. And I'm trying to see if we can sign one or two other players, but it would mean we have to get rid of somebody because our transfer budget is quite low. It is only 6.7 million, and that's with only 20k wage budget left. So I'm going to go straight into the game against Arsenal. Team-wise, we seemed to do quite well against the good teams with this formation, not so well against the bad teams. And I hate when you're in-game, you can't just change to your second formation. I would like to, because then I can just sort of switch back and forth, but you can't, because it's FIFA, and we have a game in hand. If we look at the table, we have a game in hand, and if we win it, we would go back up to third, which isn't too bad. And I say game in hand, it's only against Manchester City and Middlesbrough, so we would leapfrog City if we beat Arsenal. Arsenal are our first game today, and again, it's going to be a slightly easier game for us because we are playing a good team. We always seem to make it difficult against the not so good teams, and we seem to do well against the good teams, which is probably for everybody the same because the good teams obviously push forwards a lot more, and you can actually work your spacing behind them, and it makes it easier for you. Whereas obviously with the not so good teams, they just park the bus, sit back and wait and wait and wait for you to make a mistake, and then, oh, that's an interesting clearance, get the ball again, there we are. But yeah, they just sort of wait and wait and wait. Whereas Arsenal, you see here, we're at their halfway and we are only faced with one lot of defenders. Unless I let Kieran Gibbs run all the way through to Sanchez, and I just let that happen. I don't know what I was doing. Too easy. Sanchez has played Jermaine Lance down the wing, and we're going for a counter, but we can't seem to get anything. Rashford is there. He's still going through. Can he hit it left-footed? Straight at the goalkeeper. I think that's Ospina. Nope, it's Szczesny. Geddes has played Rashford through. Rashford get a good touch away from there. Can we get something into the box? No, we can't. Can he finesse it? And it's deflected, but it's easy save from Szczesny. And that is half-time. And we are going to change one player, which is going to be Marcus Rashford, for somebody better like Marlos. Put Marlos there, Geddes there, put Marlos there with Lance in the middle. Okay, that's a goal. That happened. Yeah, apparently we don't win against the rubbish teams, and yes, I'm calling Arsenal a rubbish team only in this series because in terms of where they are in the table, they are nowhere. They're 13th. Oh, come on! Oh, and it's a red card as well. Goes from bad to just freaking ridiculous to the worst thing. And he's going to go left. Yes, he is, and I've saved it. Donnarumma, well done. Oh, come on. My players can't get any tackling at all. Lose the header there. Doesn't get a block. And then, what was that? All right, that game was a shocking result. 3-0. Should have been 4 with that penalty, even though it wasn't a penalty. And the EA just decided to screw me. But one thing that I hate about this career mode that FIFA have that they have in the game, they can't even put a fixture list together. Why would a Premier League team be playing on Christmas Day, 25th of December? Are they dumb? There is never a game, if you play like Football Manager or something, there is never a game on Christmas Day. EA, sort it out. You have so much money. You could make a calendar that works and a fixture list that works. Because I've played games on this before without, filming it, where I've played as Chelsea, and I've had games on a Monday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and a Saturday because of all the competitions. That just doesn't happen. They cannot They need to fix this for next year. But they won't. They'll keep it exactly the same. But what I'm going to do is skip the Southampton game, the West Brom game, the Newcastle game, and this Rochdale game. And I will play the Manchester City game. So I will see you in a second. As we've just entered the January transfer window, we have had an offer from Atletico Madrid for Marcus Rashford. He's 20 years old. We only signed him for about 15 or 16 million. And they're offering 30. But I don't want to sell him. But 55 million would give us enough money to bring in a fantastic striker. So we'll see what we do. Gilabodji is back from his injury. I didn't even know we still had him. I forgot about that. We've also received an offer for Guedes from Hoffenheim. Now, he's not for sale. And I think we signed him for more than they're offering only like 6 months ago. So 25 mil, maybe, give or take. And they came back with 46 million for Rashford. As I said, 55 is what we're holding out for. If they go for that, they can have him. I don't really want to get rid of him, but I do like having a turnover of players. But while we are simming the rest of the way to the Manchester City game, I'll run through the results when I stop getting offers for players. Lamine Kone, he doesn't play for us. I think he's on the transfer list. And he's 28, so I'm just going to say yes to Las Palmas. Give us 10 million. Southampton, no way, Jose, are you going to get Renato Sanchez, our best midfielder, for pretty much pennies, what you're offering. 40 mil. Okay, as you can see here, we have had our asking price of 55 million offered for Marcus Rashford. They've accepted, so that means he will be going, so we can look for a different striker. Before we go into the game against Manchester City, I will just show you the results. We had a 1-1 draw against Southampton. Renato Sanchez again being a hero for us, scoring a goal. Then a fairly easy result against West Brom. For some reason they just didn't play very well. We got a 2-0 win. And Weiss scored just from a counter-attack. He'd been left up the pitch for some reason. I think he was went down injured, just got back up and started running when we were on a counter. Scored a goal. And then we also had Rashford score, just tap in pretty much. Nice goal. And then the Newcastle game, we won 2-1, just Marlos and Lance scored. And I think Mitrovic scored for them. I can't quite remember now. And then embarrassment in the FA Cup. I changed all 11 players and I just simmed it because I couldn't be bothered to play it. But we lost 2-0. Not very good. So, Manchester City game up and coming. Let's go straight in. Our second game of today's episode is against Manchester City, and hopefully we can bounce back from the last televised game. The last game we actually showed, and hopefully we can get something from the game. Because obviously the last game we showed was the Arsenal one, and it was a debacle. Weiss and Rashford is in the way, and that is why, one of the reasons that I want to sell him, because it seems like his attacking movement on here isn't the best. He's always in the way of a shot when you try and actually get something from the game, and I don't know, it's just sort of annoying. You get a shot and, you know, it might not go in. It might be a terrible shot from the player that's shooting, but at least give it a chance to go in. Don't just get in the way. Gabriel is there. Left-footed smash. And it is easily saved by Joe Hart. Wasn't as much of a smash as I made out. I was thinking he'd get some more on that because I put quite a bit of power. Somebody making a run. We do. Rashford is there. Can we give it into Gabriel? We can, but nobody's there. Let's give it back to Rashford. Triple tap cross all the way. And it's looped up. Can we get a hand on it? Jermaine Lance. And they save Joe Hart with a wonder save. And that is why you don't pass out from the back, because your players are stupid and wait for the ball to come to them and then do that with it. Why do I try these things? I don't know. Bring it on myself, and now we're going to have to work extra hard to try and get something out of this game when we were easily the better team in this game. There we are. Gabriel's been played through by Rashford, and Gabriel cannot score a goal that we need desperately, which has been every single game we've played in the last sort of 10 games. We just cannot get what we want from the game. That's the second goal. De Bruyne fires it in, and Aguero, the 5-foot-something guy, can beat my two towering centre-backs at the back. Gabriel's there. He finesses. Off the post again. That's 2 games in a row that we've hit the post. Okay, that is full time, and I don't know how much highlights I'm going to get from that game. As soon as they scored that second goal, I just sort of went quiet. Had a few chances, but yeah. I can't seem to buy a win at the moment while I'm recording. It's alright while I'm off not recording. It's quite easy because I don't have to just concentrate on playing. It's trying to talk and play at the same time. I just think still getting used to. Also having those 2 weeks off probably didn't help my situation trying to get, better at the game. But what we do have is something quite good at the moment on the horizon, is that our youth player, Knudsen, is now a 77 rated player. So he's 1 behind Pavon, and he's higher rated than Damari Gray. And he's hardly played a game this season, Knudsen. I think I've brought him on like twice. He's hardly played. But I am pretty sure we are not going to win the league this year. We have 7 points behind Chelsea, and it's already 21 games played. We can't keep a clean sheet. We can score goals, 27 goals scored, but 24 against is one of the worst in the league, unless you count Sheffield Wednesday and Brighton. But yeah, quite low down in the goals against category. So what I'm going to do is leave you there, and I'm going to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. If you really loved it, please consider to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and peace.